15 years this year.
What do you remember most about your wedding day?
Kenya crying in the limo.
What was I crying about?
You didn't want to get married and your dress looked crazy or something like that. Same thing you were complaining about right now.
Okay. And how would you describe that moment when you all decided to open your marriage?
Well, it wasn't really a moment in terms of opening our marriage. It was more of a long process, drawn out. When we actually opened it officially, it was interesting. It was great. A little weird, a little scary. But at the same time, we felt like we were making the right choice. So it was cool.
Do you feel like you would be able to, I guess, go back to a life of monogamy after openness?
Absolutely not.
No. Why?
All right. Do you... Okay. All right.
Taking your sex life from purely ejaculation for a man to sex being orgasmic for a man plus ejaculation, being able to actually feel on a deeper level, there's no comparison between the two. Basically, it's like pornographic necrophilia, which is like having sex, with a dead person or as a dead person when you're not feeling shit, versus actually being in the energy of the act. There's no comparison. Yeah, so in terms of why I wouldn't go back to monogamy, which we call really sexually exclusive relating, it's kind of like saying you can eat whatever you want right now, like in an open relationship, versus going back to only eating soup every day for 3 meals a day, and it's the same exact soup. I mean, nobody wants to do one of anything. Nobody wants to wear the same clothes every day. Nobody wants to eat the same food every day. And relating with other human beings or sexually relating or whatever, it's the same thing. Nobody really wants to do that. They do it because they think they have to, or they're scared not to, or they don't know how to approach their husband or wife, or they're not able to tell the truth to their husband or wife or whatever. But really, nobody wants to be just with one person. And for people who are single, they might not believe that, especially women who want to be in a marriage. But after you've been in a marriage for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you'll know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
The
That
people
shit's
who
crazy as
complain
fuck.
about, the people who say that they would never have an open marriage or an open relationship have never been married.
Or have been married less than 5 years.
Right.
Okay.
Or are so hurt and damaged from their relationship that, they're just scared shitless. So they want to go to the extreme to preserve the relationship, which is basically sacrificing themselves and anything that they feel or desire completely. So that's my take on it. So, my philosophy around money and where we are right now in our lives is I don't want to take on major expenses unless we need to do it. So getting a car, right now, you're talking about insurance, you're talking about car payments possibly or whatever, and I think that money is better used for the business. We have access to a car right now. We can always rent when we really need one, that kind of thing. So that's why I'm choosing that we don't get a car at this moment.
I know, but I just want one. You know what I mean? I feel like we should have one. And
Like a hoopty?
No. I don't want
That's
a
what it
hoopty.
would be. I mean, we're not gonna,
Right. But sometimes I feel like it just is like the first thing you get after you have a house. We have a house.
But this house is not like the house that, again, this is like a temporary stop. The location for us, I think, is where we want to be. But this house, like, we can't be in here that much longer.
Right, but can we magnetize the car?
Yeah.
Like do some sort of work there?
I want to magnetize a deal. A book deal, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's magnetize some real cash up this motherfucker.
Okay. All right. So, baby, I mean, we travel every month.
Mm-hmm.
You go see your partners, I go see my partners. We get stuff for the children. I mean, we spend like $20,000 a month.
Okay.
Honey, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we saved a little, don't you think? I mean,
Yeah, we're not gonna save because we don't really make enough to save. We're entrepreneurs. We're going to spend money. Whenever we get money, we either spend it on the kids or we spend it on the business. I mean, we have so much that we're trying to do. Plus our personalities aren't. We're not the saving type. The only way we save money is if we just make fucking millions of fucking dollars. Okay.
I think we can do that.
Well, let's do our Tantra manifestation.
Yes.
Bring it to the fore. All right.
Thank you so much. You always take such good care of me, baby. Yeah, because I just, I trust you. Like, I trust your financial system. And I also...
Financial system?
I trust... Maybe I trust the way you do things and everything like that. I just know that we can have so much more.
With a better financial system.
No, I like your financial system. I do.
Okay.
We're just gonna take care of business. Yes. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you had a bad day, honey. What happened?
Just had some deals that we were working on that got delayed. So, I got a little bit down about that.
What do you want to happen, baby?
Just want things to continue to flow and work through.
Okay. I'm gonna do some energy work on you, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, babe.
Alright, I just want you to feel better. I'm so sorry. Alright, I'm gonna use this rose quartz right here. This is where all of your emotions are centered. So we're just gonna work around to get some of the emotions out. Okay? I'd like for you to take a deep breath. This time when you breathe out with a grunt. Yes, baby. Breathe in. This time breathe out with a growl. Breathe in. This time breathe out with a ah. Keep breathing just like that, baby, okay? Release it, honey. You're better than that. You're better than that. You're going to pull forth exactly what you want. You're powerful enough. You're my king. You are my king. Breathe out all that destruction. There's no such thing as mistakes. You can do this. You can do this. Ah, very good. Sharing some of my energy with you. Oh. Oh, you feel my energy, baby? I got your back, honey. Yes. I believe in you. Now let's energize your heart, because you have a lot of heart. You're going to go back tomorrow. You're going to do what you need to do, right? Oh. Breathe it in. And breathe out. Let all of it go. Let all of it go. It's just today. You're not taking it into tomorrow. You're not taking it into tomorrow. You're my king, baby. I know you can do this. Last thing. In your mind, you're going to release those people. You're not going to take their stuff personal. You're not going to take it into you. Breathe in. Breathe out with a ah. Release them. See them doing right by you. Huh. You're my king. Oh. See them doing right by you. Yes. All of them, male, female, all of them. Listening to you, trusting you, respecting you. I respect you. Good, baby. How do you feel now, honey?
Feel good.
Good. Give me a hug. Thank you, honey. You want some food? I purify your sight so that you can see how brilliant you are. I respect you. I trust you. I believe in you. I know you can do it. I visualize you doing it. I see your magnificence. I energize your heart. You have such a big heart. You're so giving and loving. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I cleanse from you any doubts, any fears. Just to let you know I appreciate you. I believe in you. I open your mind to new thoughts. I love you. I adore you. I appreciate you paying the bills, taking care of me. I energize your courage. I open your heart to receiving my love. I cleanse your body of any harsh words that I've ever said to you. Anything that I shouldn't have said. I cleanse this from your body. I make room for all of the abundance and all of the bliss and all of the success that you are. You are a success. In my eyes, you are a complete success. I purify your hands that work so hard. I combine my heart with yours. I adore you. I know that you can do this. I believe in you. I clear the past. Everything that you call a mistake, I wash away. I love you. I open your belly to courage. You're very courageous. You're my courageous man. I heal your heart of anything that I may have said or done. I tell you otherwise, but I believe in you. These hands are productive hands. I love these hands and these arms. You take such good care of me. I open your eyes to sight so you can see who you are, how brilliant you are, how magnificent you are, no matter what. I touch my heart to your heart. We combine forces. I support you. I respect you. Thank you, baby. Thank you for giving me everything that I want, everything that I need. Thank you. My name is Kenya K. Stevens. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, home of the Dirty D, home of Motown. I am one of the best love coaches. No, I am the best love coach on the planet today. I save relationships. I bring us up from this pit of destruction that we call love back into what is really love.
How long have you been married?
I've been married for 17 years, lusciously, to my Carl Stevens, our Carl Stevens. I don't own him, nor do I own his penis. But that's my husband.
Okay, and how many children do you have?
I have 3 children, yes.
Okay.
And I love children. I want more. Maybe not by my partner, but I'm not supposed to be talking about open relationships. Let me stop. I have 3 children.
All right. Well, actually, we are going to get to the open marriage, but how long did you have a traditional marriage?
I had a traditional marriage for 12 years, and it was fantastic. I actually love making love with just one person, and I did that for 12 years. My husband and I, we enjoyed it very much.
And what happened?
Nothing happened. We expanded. What happens when you pour wine into a wine flute? It spills over the top. Our bliss was uncontainable.
So when it first happened and he said, I'm in love with another woman, you were like, of course. I'm overflowing. This is great.
No.
Our husband, our man. I love it. I want to share my man right now. Is that what you said?
Hell no.
Okay, what did you say?
I said, what are you talking about? I was just amazed. I was like, you're in love with another woman. What does that mean for me? What about us? What about our children, our house? You don't have the money to be in love with another woman. You don't have the time to be in love with another woman. You don't have the penis strength to be in love with another woman. I just felt like that was ridiculous, but I was willing to meet her. You know, I didn't go off on him because he had told me the truth, and I respected that.
So, after you worked out the kinks, how did you come to the conclusion that you guys needed to start a company to tell other people how to do this?
Well, I did not ever come to the conclusion that we need to start another company or start a company and tell people about this. My husband said that I was such a great wife, a great person, a great woman, that I should write a book about our marriage and our journey. So I listened to him, and that's what I did. It turned into a blog. The blog turned into a business because people started to say, well, how do I do that? And I started to answer them. But it started to be too many people, so I had to make it into a business.
All right, so now I want to talk about your open lifestyle. I want to know a little bit more about how you came to the conclusion, like how were you able to develop yourself in order to accept this without becoming insanely jealous?
Well, I was a very jealous woman, and I'm just now cycling out of that, and I'm so thankful because now I feel free. Whereas before I felt trapped inside of this feeling. If I saw my husband help another woman with her groceries, this feeling came over me. I don't know why. I know he wasn't going to go have sex with her, but I just felt bad. So I had that for the first 12 years of my marriage. And with the idea of opening our marriage, which took 2 years to talk about, I just started to see how I could really clear that jealousy out. I started to really see that I needed to clear that jealousy out because I was going to hurt somebody.
All right. How did you come to the conclusion that you guys wanted to be involved in Tantra? Because I remember in your book, it's talked about how you weren't necessarily sexually compatible at one point.
Right, we were not. We were not sexually compatible because I found that both he and I had a problem, a challenge. My challenge was I didn't want to connect. You know, I was going through the motions in sex. I knew exactly what would bring me that quick little girl's orgasm, the clitoris orgasm. We call that the little girl's orgasm. So I knew what would bring me that from playing with my toys and stuff. So I would try to position my husband in that way. You understand? I would never allow him to bring me to orgasm. I didn't think that was possible. You understand? A lot of women don't think that's possible. So that's where I was. And so Tantra taught me that it is possible for you to connect to another person and to have that connection bring you to orgasm rather than you finding your own spot and figuring out what to do, and then you don't have to connect to anyone.
So would you say that you developed yourself sexually? Because I know you talk a lot about women it's not a good idea for women to perform in the bedroom.
Right.
Can we get something on that?
Absolutely. I don't think, I think that I'm sort of glamorous and I feel good about myself. I work on my body, I work on my skin, but I don't feel like I need to perform in the bedroom. Because if I'm performing, if I'm thinking about how do I look, is my stomach flat? Ooh, do I look good from this position, that position? What does he see? What is his view? You know, if I'm doing all of that, it's going to be a challenge for me to actually relax into orgasm. If I'm thinking about what can I do to please him. He doesn't want to be pleased. He's already pleased. That's why it's so easy for a man to be pleased. Because he wants to please you. You're the challenge. So that's what I've learned, that I have to be pleasable. I have to relax and receive.
So give us an example of what a woman can do to be pleasable. Because I hear you, and I know what pleasable means, but how can a woman be pleasable?
Well, that's really, it's up to the woman that you're talking to. For me, being pleasable means that I appreciate this man. I appreciate the small things he does, and I tell him so. I am pleasable because I'm not always complaining and nagging and bitching. I close my mouth and I ask for help when I need help. I don't sit there and get angry, and then just explode. No, I trust my man. I ask him for help. I trust that he will help me. You know, and I ask him kindly. Being pleasable is about just understanding that he's there for you. All this man wants is for you to smile. That's all a man really wants, is for you to be happy. So if I'm happy, You know, and then if I have a problem and I ask him, how can I be happy? How can I work this out within me? I know this is within me. It's not your fault, baby. It's not your fault. I need help. I need your support. I need your advice. And listening to him, those things show that I am pleasable.
So, now I want you to go into the whole thing about you talking about how much you love sex.
Well, I love sex. I mean, I don't understand where women went wrong, you know, with this whole sex problem, you know. Why do we think that to enjoy sex and to enjoy sex with whomever we like, as long as we're being safe and as long as we're happy, why is that bad? Where did that become a hoe or a whore? I don't believe that any woman is a hoe or a whore. I believe that women like sex 1,000 times more than men. We have 1,000 times more orgasm than men. Our orgasms are deeper than men. Sex is a female thing. It's for women. I don't know how it got switched around, but for me, I love it. I have a partner who is 25. I love sex with him. I have my husband who is my delicious, wonderful counterpart of 17 years. I love sex with him. I love sex in general. I love sexual energy. We're sexual beings. You understand? So I love that, yeah.
Do you have any lovers that you feel are helping you work out childhood issues?
Absolutely. All of my lovers help me work out some issues. When I see semblance of my father in my husband, or I see a semblance of, you know, a childhood trauma that I went through play out in my relationship, I know that those partners are helping me to deal with those things. They're not just bringing that up so I can get angry. They're bringing that up so that I can work that out and realize I've not healed and ask them to heal me, you know, through our sensuality, through our relationship. That's very important.
So, what can a woman do if she wants her man to bring her to screaming orgasms? And this is where I want you to talk about calming him down and let him know he has your respect. That was in the script.
Okay, yeah. If a woman wants a screaming orgasm, which all women seem to want, but are somewhat afraid of, the first thing you have to do is trust that man that he can do that with you. And trust that he can watch you go there. You can lose control in front of this man. In order to have a screaming orgasm, you have to completely lose control. You're no longer in charge of your body. You're no longer in charge of your voice. A lot of women are holding back their voice. Something as vital as your voice. Your voice vibrates this area down here. Have you ever said, oh, you feel the vibration all the way down here when you're allowing your voice to come out during sex? Not like a porn star. No, I'm talking about you don't know what's about to come out your mouth. That's when you can have a screaming orgasm, when you don't care what's going to come out your mouth. You don't care how your body's going to look to him. You don't care what he's going to think about this thing. That's when you can have a screaming, squirting orgasm, any kind of orgasm that you want. And I know you want it.
So, how do you let your man know that you are open to this? Like, do you rub his arm?
Yeah, you let your man know that you're open to orgasm with him by really, really respecting him as a man. You're not going to sit there and have a problem with how y'all are having sex currently. You're not going to go to him and say, look, I want to scream an orgasm. You can't do that because it won't work. It will just drive him away from you. You really have to start to study this thing for yourself. Then if you want him to join in, you have to rub him. You have to give him the same type of affection and attention that you are looking for from sex. I hear a lot of women say, well, my man doesn't touch me. He doesn't rub on me. He doesn't talk to me during sex. Well, you could start doing that to him. And that will help him and support him to learning what you want and what you need. And then that will really bring forth that energy that is needed for that exchange.
So talk a little bit about your womb choice theory. And we are going to have the dialogue with...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, womb choice is simple. Everyone knows that the woman is the chooser. If you have sex with a woman and she didn't choose you, it's either rape, you understand, or something else that is not really positive. A woman is the one who is the gatekeeper. A man is the one who's looking for the gate.
love you. I want you to feel my energy, feel my warmth, my strength, my power, filling your body, healing you, making you whole. I'm healing your heart. I'm restoring the love that we've always had. The love that we felt for each other from the first time that we met.
Oh, yes.
Bringing that back to the forefront. Removing all the pain and disappointment that I may have caused you. And bringing us back to love. Healing your heart. Healing our union. Healing your womb. The womb that has given birth to our 3 beautiful children and nurtured them and nurtured our entire family. I'm restoring it now. I'm making it whole once again. Healing it, making it beautiful. Like it always is and was. Feel my warmth, feel the energy penetrating you. Feel the love from me and our entire family, healing you and balancing you. Working with that energy. Just feeling, just allowing yourself to feel. And moving to your throat chakra. Restoring your beautiful voice. The voice that soothed our family for years. That soothed me. Making it whole once again. There you go. Just releasing all the tension. Allowing your body to be energized. So we're going to put our third eyes together, and I'm going to lead us through focusing on our objective. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yes, and this is for the babies because I want them to have music lessons.
This is for the babies.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe in.
Mm.
One more time, breathe in.
Mm.
Now see the children in music lessons.
Mm. Mm.
Simbi in band,
Mm.
drum. See him playing and mastering his art.
Mm.
See him surrounded by brilliant musicians.
Mm-hmm.
In the best schools.
Mm. Mm.
See him happy and interested and focused. See him doing production.
Well, baby, I want a car.
Okay, we'll get to us.
Okay, sorry.
Next, focus on Sanu.
Mm.
See her in acting classes and performance.
Mm.
See her with peers of like mind.
Mm. Mm.
See her performing and enjoying herself and happy. And able to socialize with her girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
See Kyrie
Mm-hmm.
taking guitar lessons and taking gymnastics.
Mm-hmm.
See him expanding and enjoying learning about music,
Mm-hmm.
learning to read music.
Mm-hmm.
See him speaking fluently in a way he feels comfortable.
The car.
I see ourselves with 2 family vehicles, 1 SUV,
Mm-hmm.
brand new, paid for, and another car for transport that we both enjoy.
Yes. Ooh, yes.
See the family happy and whole. Everyone cared for.
Yes, baby.
And now visualize.
Oh, it feels so good. That feels so good. Baby, my stomach, my heart. Oh. Yes.
Continue to focus and see it.
I see it. Oh. It's so easy. I know we can do it. Thank you.
Kenya's mood swings, because in her book she said she was particularly violent. She was chasing down the streets. How were you all able, how did you manage that, and what was that like for you? So women watching will know how this makes men feel when they act erratic and out of control.
Well, in terms of how I managed Kenya's mood swings, I didn't. I mean, that shit was fucked up. But here's the deal. A couple things. One, see, we got to understand that men and women both bring a lot of energy and power to a relationship. What men tend to be acknowledged for is their physical contribution. Like they're strong, they work or whatever. But women bring like this intellectual, mental thing to a relationship. So what was actually happening was Kenya was very active mentally, like a lot of energy mentally. And that would manifest sometimes as her arguing or yelling or being very emotional, whatever. So as a man, like that was kind of wearing on me. But I didn't realize it. Like it took actually years for me to kind of pick up like something's going on here, you know? So when she would be very emotional, I can't say I knew what to do. I really focused on myself and tried to like breathe and maintain and just be okay. What I've learned later was that there's certain things that I could do as a man, like comfort her, you know, give her a hug, reassure her, say certain things, deal with things around diet or whatever that really help her, especially when she's, you know, PMSing or whatever. So early on, no, I didn't have a way to deal with it. I didn't know what to do other than try to keep myself calm, which I didn't always succeed in. You know, we had plenty of bouts where we went back and forth or whatever. And, as a man, like that really wears on you. You're like, what the fuck, you know? So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kenya, in my first book, Tame Your Woman, I was going to call it My Wife P Standing Up. And the reason why I was going to call it that was because when I first met Kenya, I would be in the other room and I heard this noise coming from the back. I was like, what the fuck is that? You know? And after a few weeks, I finally like went back there and I see like she was peeing, standing up. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like I'd never seen that shit before. So, you know, anyway, in the book I'm saying I didn't realize the significance or the metaphysical meaning behind that. But later on, you know, I understood that was a symbol of her masculinity. Like she had this masculine thing going. And most women do because that's how they're trained. You know, women are trained to be masculine, they're trained to debate, they're trained to argue, they're trained to stand up for themselves, be independent, like all these things. And a lot of that, they're taught in a masculine way. So this is a natural thing that she had. I had a lot of feminine energy that I was dealing with because, again, I wasn't trained how to really be a man. Like men are not trained how to be men. They're trained how to be like pseudo men, right? So being a man involves things like managing your emotions, knowing when and how to be emotional. Like most men don't understand they should be emotional when they're making love to their woman, right? Like that's the time to do it. Like a lot of men are like real hard and very stiff, and women complain they don't even know when the fuck they're having an orgasm and all kind of shit like that. But you know, we were kind of trained like just to be hard, emotionless all the time. So yeah, I had a lot of feminine in me in terms of how I was functioning because I didn't know how to deal with Kenya or women who were like very, you know, over the top in terms of their masculine energy. So yeah, that played a major part in our marriage in terms of a lot of the issues that we had, like not knowing how to deal with each other on that level.
Can you describe how Tantra was able to help your relationship?
Yeah, in terms of Tantra, we learned Tantra, I think it was 2007 or 2008. And the big thing about Tantra is, it taught Kenya how to be multi-orgasmic. So women who are not multi-orgasmic are basically walking around pissed. So multi-orgasmic means like you're having orgasms throughout the sexual act. Like you might start out fucking, and then 5 minutes in you just start orgasming. And that might go on in different levels for like 10-15 minutes, and then for like another 5-10 minutes there's really no orgasm, and then it starts up again. And then the other thing about being multi-orgasmic is that it's happening in different areas of your body. Most women just have like clitoral orgasms. Some women have G-spot orgasms, but you can have orgasms all throughout your vagina. You know, I can massage a woman's ass and bring an orgasm or her breasts. Or like when women are giving me head, I know how to like shoot energy into them where they just start having an orgasm while they're giving me head or whatever. So if women don't experience orgasm on that level, they're probably pissed. And they're usually pissed at men as a result, but they don't even know why they're pissed. So we learned to be multi-orgasmic. I learned to feel on a deeper level. That's when I really started to be orgasmic myself. Not just about ejaculation, but the actual orgasm, which is the movement of energy all throughout my body, like just feeling it everywhere, and this shit is like crazy. It's like you're having a fucking seizure. So I learned how to be orgasmic myself and like really connect with women on a deep level, right? And it just changed our sex life. It changed how we kind of treat each other and how we bonded and connected, that whole thing. And then the other thing about Tantra is it teaches you how to be more free in terms of your energy. And that was kind of the beginning of how we got into the open marriage concept, because you don't feel as selfish or as angry and uptight and all the other bullshit. So you begin to open up in terms of how you feel about other people and being truthful and honest with your partner, and that was the beginning for us.
All right. Is there anything that women can do to, I guess, change their man or please their man that you can give advice about?
Yeah, the bottom line for women is, hey, you guys, keep it down out there. The bottom line for women is that, you know, how you treat people is gonna influence how they treat you. And this applies not just in relationships, but everywhere, right? Like if you walk down the street and you smile at somebody and say hi, then they're probably gonna smile at you and say hi, or, you know, maybe give you a smile or whatever. Like, this is not rocket science. So we're talking about in marriages or intimate relationships, it's the same thing. If a woman is like pumping her man up, like saying positive things and showing that she believes in him, because this is the man that she chose to be with, right? So you want to treat this person good. So if she's doing those types of things, he's naturally going to treat her well, right? If she's doing things like giving him intimacy on the spot and like rubbing his shoulders or holding on to him or giving him frequent head and oral sex and that kind of stuff, then he's going to look out for her. Now, if she's bitching and complaining about a bunch of stuff and like giving him a bunch of drama and like really using her feminine power to try to influence him or give him or make him change his behavior, then he's going to lash back. One, he's going to try to get away from her anytime he can, go out with the boys, find a brand new woman to be with or multiple women to be with, play video games and just try to get away from her ass or whatever. And then he's not going to also be as concerned about her well-being. So if you want to be treated and protected well as a woman, then you should nurture and uplift your man. Don't say anything that's going to bring him down, right? Which is difficult because this culture, we think that you can do that and there's nothing wrong with it. But you want to say things that constantly build him up. And if you do that, then he's always going to look out for you. A man will never, ever leave or forsake a woman who always looks out for him and builds him up. Now, women say, oh, yeah, I do that. Like, no, you don't. You're probably giving him drama like 30 or 40% of the time and then maybe saying some kind of stuff the other 60%. If you're giving him drama, you will get that drama back in return. It'll be fucking War of the Roses in that piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to do your passive-aggressive assault. He's going to come back with his shit, and you all just be going back and forth for the rest of your lives. And that's some bullshit.
All right. So...
Well, in terms of monogamy, I really don't believe in monogamy. Like, there's no such thing as really monogamy. Monogamy is like you meet somebody for the first time, like the first person you meet, and you guys decide to be in a relationship, and you never have a desire to be with anybody else. So human beings are not monogamous. Anybody who's only been with one person, like only had one boyfriend, one girlfriend their entire life, raise your hand, like you might be monogamous. That's like 1%, 1/10 of 1% of everybody in the whole fucking planet, okay? And those people are like that probably because of some religious craziness, like they're being told that sex is bad or don't touch somebody or whatever. So there's no such thing as really monogamy when you talk about the human species. Now, if we want to talk about sexually exclusive relationships, can people do that? Sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being sexually exclusive to one person. Is it natural? Is it something that's going to be healthy to do that for life? I don't think so. It doesn't make any sense. Again, you know, most people cannot claim they've only had sex or sexual relations with one person. You know what I'm saying? Because again, that's not natural. But yeah, there might be times in a life, especially for women, when you just want to be with one man. Like especially when you're giving birth and doing that type of thing, you might want to just focus on, you know, your husband or this one man or your family, and that's cool. But in terms of does that last forever? No. Like women love to have sex. They're the most sexual creatures on the planet. So it doesn't really make sense for the entirety of somebody's, you know, life. It just doesn't.
Yeah, mood swings are quite common in women who don't have enough orgasm. Which is most all women. 78% of women do not have an orgasm during intercourse. 78% of American women. Okay? That's a problem. You're going to have a real moody, angry, bitchy woman if she's not really having deep orgasm. I'm not talking about little clitoral orgasms that she can do with her toys. I'm talking about connecting to her man, feeling his love, feeling his appreciation, and then her being able to deliver her appreciation. I'm talking about healing, lovemaking, sacred sex. If she's not having that, and she's always, she's going to be very needy for it. And then if she never really gets it, she's going to be very angry because of it. It's going to come out on her children. It's going to come out on her man. It's going to come out in her whole life. So it's very important that women learn Tantra, learn how to utilize her body, learn how to relax into orgasm so that she can be more pleasant.
All right, talk a little bit more on a regular basis.
Oh my gosh. When my husband did not want to have sex with me, we were young when we got married. I was 21. Imagine this at 21. My husband, when he didn't want to make love to me, I felt rejected. I felt like I'd done something wrong. I felt as if I just didn't know what to do. I really, I forgot what the question was.
How did you feel, or how did you deal with it when Carl
I just would get very upset. I might throw a lamp. I might throw a teacup. I might just not stop talking to you. There were a lot of arguments and fights around this. And I know that that's so in a lot of marriages because I counsel marriages now. And it's like the couple has to get in tune with each other. They really have to find out how to make love. Porn does not teach us how to have sex. We think it does, and the man thinks he's doing everything spanking ass, which is nice, when it's combined with a whole other array of wonderful things that we never learned in porn. So it's not to say that you're wrong in what you're doing now. It's just that there's 90% more that you can learn, and that would support this woman's mood, that would support your desire for her if you're a man. A lot of men lose that desire.
Do you feel that the way marriage is right now, do you think that that Tantra could save marriages since the divorce rate is too high, or do you feel like you even need more than Tantra? Like, is it?
Well, you need a lot more than Tantra, but Tantra will help a couple, with their issues, anger management issues, emotional issues, flare-ups, depression. Tantra helps all of that. What will really help a marriage is, the gender roles, when a woman knows how to be feminine, how to appreciate her man, how to respect her man, how to not get in his face. Many women are on autopilot with that. They just get in his face, and then that causes domestic violence. We think it's the men, rah, No, it's both. It takes two to tango. If a man is being violent, then there's also something going on with that female. So, we have to learn how to relate. Tantra is just one part of that.
Do you feel like you, let's see, we talked about that already. If she can have a squirting orgasm at the end of the night with her man, like how does that work?
No, it's not about that. Squirting orgasm is not about anything except for a woman's capacity to let go of control. That's it. If this woman wants to maintain control, then she's going to be holding. You're tense. You cannot let go into orgasm if you want to maintain control. And that goes from all day. All day, if you feel like you have to do this with the children, do this with work, do this with this man, get this together, do this, you can't really ever relax into the depth that you would need to release that squirting orgasm. That's almost like your whole body being limp, your whole mind being limp. You don't care. You're not thinking about. Sometimes women tell me when they have sex, they're thinking about the chores. They're thinking about the bills. They're thinking about all these other things. Well, you can't really relax like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Women, we have got to let go of what our mamas taught us. Look at your mama's relationship. Do you want your mother's relationship? Look at it.
Does your mother have a relationship?
Does your mother have a relationship? Is it settled? Is it something you would just turn key, walk in the door, and get in that? No, it is not. I can tell you for sure it's not. I can look at the divorce rate, 70%, and tell you that it's not. You don't want that, so you can't carry any of her beliefs. A man needs to do this. Oh, that's disrespectful. Oh, he's not going to disrespect me. Oh, I'm not staying with this man if he's doing this. What is the deal? You think that you are a saint and this man is the devil. That is what our mothers really thought. And that's what they taught us, but it was never true. If you look back at your father, that's a good man. I don't care if he was there or not. If you look back at your mother, that's a good woman. What they did not learn is how to get along. They did not have the tool called Tantra. They did not understand masculine and feminine. They did not understand how you can sit there and create your life, create the money you need, use your power. They didn't know any of that. But that's what we now know. And that's what we can now do in our families. We don't have to keep leaving. We can stay and work this out. We don't have to be disrespectful to each other anymore. We can work this differently. So yeah, that's what I would say to women. Come on. Let's not play games.
What about the vagina
because
being...
we like sweeping our stuff under the rug. And
Right.
this man is just this and that. And we did nothing, of course.
No, Evelyn didn't do anything with the headbutt. She didn't do
Oh,
anything.
please.
Yeah.
Evelyn. Oh my gosh. First of all, she went off on him when she found the condom receipt. She didn't say, baby, what is this? This hurt, I saw this and I trust you. I don't want to go off on you right now, but I'm feeling like I could erupt. I need your help. I need you to talk to me about this because I feel insecure and I know you didn't do this on purpose and I'm not blaming you. Talk to me, baby. I need you to hug me and hold me because I feel unstable. She doesn't know how to say that. She said, nigga, what is this? You da 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 da. And then how, if you're going to confront a grown man, then expect, you understand, this man has muscles. This man has brawn. He's not going to let you do that. Why should he? He's not your child. Come on.
Talk about
There's
the...
no such thing as a vagina. The vagina is self-cleansing. It cleanses itself every day, every hour and hour. It's things moving through there, liquids that move all types of things through the vagina. Is there literal dirt in the vagina when a man says that the vagina can be dirty? Let's look at the microscope and see if he's talking about dirt. I don't think so. The dirt is in his mind. The dirt is in her mind. The dirt is that something can be unclean, that a woman can be foul. No. Women and men alike are looking for love. And they're looking for lots of it. So there's no such thing as a whore, a slut, or a dirty vagina. Have you ever heard the concept of a dirty penis? I don't think so. So let's X out the concept of a dirty vagina. A vagina is where your children come from. It's where you came from. So none of it can be dirty. Unless you can show me the microscopic dirt. Let's get the microscope. To get more information about any of what we've discussed today or anything you've seen here, go to my website. We are jujumama.com, Jujumama. Juju, of course, means magic. Magic is what we are. Mama means mother or mammary glands. Female energy, magical, powerful female energy, which men need magical women. Women need magical women. We all need the magic of feminine energy to come back and live through us. But Jujumama, Jujumama, is where it's at. That's where the store is, that's where the blog is, that's where everything is located.
Twitter.
Twitter is also Jujumama, Jujumama. Facebook is Jujumama. If you Google Jujumama, you will find us everywhere on the web, direct for you.
And tell them about the women's group, Blue Butterfly Women.
Oh yes, the Blue Butterfly Women is a Jujumama organization for women who have discovered their sensuality, who want to live in that sensual place, who want to get rid of this idea of the dirtiness of sex, the nastiness of the vagina, the dirtiness. You know, they said vagina on the Congress floor and the woman was banned from the Congress floor. Vagina! Where we all came from. Anyways, Blue Butterfly Women, we address that. We make sure that it's clear that a woman is beautiful. Every woman is beautiful and sensuous.
Okay. And I think that's
Yeah, my website, KenyaKStevens.com. You can check out my bio so you can do some read up on me. I am on YouTube at Hakashamut. But you don't want to say that. You want to say go to YouTube and put in Jujumama and you will find our videos.
okay. Yeah, I think that's...
So the concept of womb choice is simple. It's basically that women choose who they're going to have in their relationship, right? Because if you look at it, what's happening now? It's men are trying to get into the pussy. That's the bottom line. And womb choice shouldn't be tough to figure out, right? Like most men can't relate to it because most men are not in the position to relate to it. But if you're a famous person, like an NBA player or NFL player, you know goddamn well what womb choice is. It's basically women are choosing you, they're trying to get with you. You don't have to go out of your way really when you're in that status to really pull a woman, right? So that's all we're talking about. It's women desiring you and making that stuff known. The only difference maybe with that scenario is we're suggesting that when a man is chosen by a woman that he says yes. In most cases.
Yes, in all cases.
In most cases. Some women, to me, some women womb choose a man, but it's not necessarily her womb choice, or she doesn't understand the context for why she's attracted to that man.
Right.
And the man needs to help her understand what it is about him that she's probably drawn to.
Right. And we think that most men would choose back if they understood that they didn't have to just be with that woman. The reason that men don't choose back a lot, and there's a lot of heartbreak, and you have women crying and men crying and everybody's upset, is because we think that we can only choose one. So we're looking for like this super dime piece, this super rich person, this person with great parents, this person with a great job. They have to have everything. Why? Because we're told that we can choose once and only once, and that's it. So you have to find the brightest and the best, and then you choose that person. If they say no, you're crushed. Right. So the issue is that, you know, those men who are sports players and who do have lots of money, that would really be every man if women felt like they can choose more than once.
Right.
And they can have more than one at a time.
Right.
And if all those men could be friends with each other and cool and happy with each other.
Right. And the other reason why it's womb choice, the concept wouldn't work right now is because we have the virgin principle in operation where men are desiring a woman who has had 0 partners, essentially. They're looking for the virgin, right? And they're looking for somebody who their boys have never been with and that kind of thing. So men have this complex around women and sexuality, and it gets all twisted up. So they're trying to find this impossible partner, essentially.
Right.
And it just never works out.
Right. Women are not virgins. Let me tell you something. I'm a woman. If I go stand on the street corner right now and ask 100 men to sleep with me, 80 would say yes and come home with me. So you have to think of a woman like that. Men think of women like a man. No. We have no problem getting a man to sleep with. None. So you can't think of any woman as a virgin. This woman has her pick of whomever she wants. Simply because of the fact that she has a pussy. So now think of that, men, and stop being fooled into thinking that any woman is virginly. No. Women have always had their pick of whatever man that they want. Essentially. No matter how they look, no matter how much money they have. It doesn't matter for a woman as long as they have pussy.
Doesn't matter for a woman?
It doesn't matter how she looks. It doesn't matter how much money she has. She has still had her pick of a myriad of men for her entire life.
Right.
Is that true or untrue?
Yeah, I think that's mostly true.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God! I'm out of this piece! Tell the kid to sit back.